Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board order. And before we start, we'd like to do the pledge to the flag. I'd like to ask Ronnie Jackson to please come up and help us lead us in the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Hoagland.
Here.
Trustee Morales.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here.
Next approval of minutes, regular meeting December 19th. Is there a motion?
So move. Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Lawler. Questions, comments, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes approved. Approve the agenda. Mr. Bowen.
Yes, I would ask that ordinance 18004 be moved to the number one position under ordinances G. I have no other additions or corrections this evening.
Okay. Most approve the agenda is amended.
So moved.
Second.
Most trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. Any other comment? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved. We have no appointments, boards, and commissions this evening. Reports of officers, I have one item, proclamations. I'd like to ask Alicia Bedford to join me, Township Trustee, to accept the proclamation. Proclamations of Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, January 16th. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King was born January 15th, 1929, and whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a world-renowned leader in the struggle to protect the legal and moral rights of all people, and whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was recognized for his efforts to ensure the civil rights of all people by being the youngest man to ever receive the Nobel Peace Prize awarded him in 1964, and whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. lost his life in the pursuit of a dream that all people live with the freedom guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights. Now therefore, I rightly declare, Mayor of the Board of Trustees, Village of Bolingbrook, Will and DuPage County, Illinois, in recognition of the great achievements and exemplary life of Dr. Martin Luther King, do hereby proclaim January 16th as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the Village of Bolingbrook. Accepting his proclamation is, again, Alicia Bedford, DuPage Township Trustee. Alicia, would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
I am honored to accept the proclamation in honor of Dr. King and his accomplishments. I want to extend my thank you to Mayor Claire and the village trustees for honoring the hard work of Dr. King. He was a civil rights leader and activist and had a strong belief in nonviolent protests. Dr. King said, "We are not makers of history, we are made by history." The work of Dr. King and the civil rights movement led to the passage of the Civil Rights Act as well as the Voters' Rights Act. I encourage you to visit Dr. King's Memorial in Atlanta, as well as the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Tennessee, and to contribute to your community in ways that would honor Dr. King. Again, thank you to Mayor Claire and the village trustees for honoring Dr. King's legacy.
Thank you, Alicia. Okay, staff reports, bill approval, Exhibit A, $761,250.29. Exhibit B, $2,217,598.01, totaling $2,978,848.30. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
trustee Jesuit, seconded trustee Lawler. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Tax receipts, September 2017 state income tax, $434,528.45, corresponding to a year ago of $430,687.45, a 3.9% increase, or 8.9% increase. October 2017 sales tax, $2,553,909.07, corresponding to a year ago of $2,419,378.79, or a 5.6% increase, which is good. That's sales tax. That's a great piece of revenue for the village. Means business is doing well. October 2017 motor fuel tax, $165,213.10. Corresponding year ago of October 2016 of $165,959.52, or a 0.4% decrease. First motion this evening, motion to accept the letter of intent, LOI, from Pulte Group doing business as Del Webb for plus or minus 48 acres of municipally owned property located north of Patriot Place on the east side of Essington Road, just immediately west of the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Hoagland, second trustee Morales. Purchase price is $1,314,432. Stormwater contribution is $1,587,031.50. Total revenue to the village, $4,609,543. It'll consist of 150 single-family age-restricted ranch homes. Spring 2018 construction. Upon acceptance of the letter of credit, the parties will prepare a purchase contract which will be submitted to the village board later for approval. This is great news. It's a great development. There'll be no impact on the school since it's age restricted. It's Del Webb. Del Webb is a quality builder throughout the entire United States. I believe there's only one or two other Del Webb developments in Chicagoland, Huntley being the largest, where they got 10,000 people. This obviously won't be anywhere near that. One of the attractions they are coming here is because of the Bolingbrook Golf Club. And we're now working on a membership that all Del Webb homeowners will include in their homeowners association, because they don't want to build a clubhouse. Our golf club will in fact be the clubhouse. And that's what we're working with them now. We've been working on this for what, almost a year? And again, the Del Webb name is huge. Pulte's a builder that's built here before, so we have no problem with Pulte Homes. And you add to it the endorsement of Del Webb. It should be a very hot property. The average sales price will be they will start at $295,000. Now, that's a lot of money for seniors, age-restricted housing, but part of the idea of housing at that price is that people they're looking for will have homes that perhaps of that value, so they can sell that home and move that money right into the Del Webb home without major tax implications. And it's, again, it's a very difficult project. I'll be talking more detail about it, State of the Village a week from Thursday, but these are the details that need approval this evening on the letter of intent to purchase. And that money will go directly to debt service. That's part of the plan on paying off our debt. We had a motion, didn't we?
Yes.
Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate,
Yes.
trustee Lawler,
Yes.
trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland,
Yes.
trustee Morales,
Yes.
trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Okay, our next ordinance, which was moved to number 1, is number 4. 2 people, 1 local, 1 flew in from Myrtle Beach for this ordinance. I'd ask them, I said I'd move it up so they could get this passed and be on their way back to Myrtle Beach. No, she's not going back to Myrtle Beach, but tonight anyway. It's an ordinance approving a special use permit. No. It's an ordinance approving a waiver of electrical fence prohibition, 150 East Crossroads Parkway, Novovia Logistics. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Watts. Novovia Logistics is leasing the building at 150 East Crossroads Parkway. The company distributes electronic components for Samsung. For security purpose, they would requested a waiver of Chapter 29, which prohibits electronic fences. We have waived these before on special instances where there's extremely valuable equipment that's perhaps subject to not local theft, not a typical robbery break-in, but people that come in that are pros that know how to clean out trailers and other things with valuable items. They'd like to waiver or prohibition, which this motion will grant. This ordinance grants the waiver and requires the fence to be removed if the tenant vacates the property. So in other words, if the lease expires and they move on, they have to return it to the condition it was beforehand. In other words, no electronic fence. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate,
Yes.
trustee Lawler,
Yes.
trustee Watts,
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Happy New Year. Okay, back to the first ordinance. I don't know, color of the paper, or my eyes, or the light, or both, but they're all, but. Our first ordinance, the ordinance approving an amendment to special use permit for a plan development with variances and final development plan, Circle K, 255 North Frontage Road, or Weber Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. This is almost, in my opinion, housekeeping. Circle K Shell Oil recently rebuilt the fuel station, mini mart, and car wash at 255 North Weber Road. Bowman Consulting is requesting an amendment to the special use permit to modify the access lane to the car wash. The change would provide a bigger turning radius into the car wash. This will make more room for a full-size vehicle to enter. A setback variance is required to accomplish the request. This ordinance approved the special use permit amendment. Plan Commission reviewed, recommends approval for a bigger turning radius into a car wash. Pretty heavy item tonight, isn't it?
Major.
Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz?
Yeah, then you can take your Hummer to the car wash. Second ordinance, approving a special use permit for a plan development with variances, final development plan, McNeil Automotive Products. McNeil Automotive Products Limited, WeatherTech, 280 West Frontage Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Watts, seconded trustee Hoagland. McNeil Automotive has acquired the property at 280 West North Frontage Road. This building was formerly occupied by a Kohler rental. Not a particularly attractive building, but we don't have to worry about that much longer. McNeil would like to demolish the existing building and construct a 58,100 square foot distribution building with a connection to his adjacent building. In order to complete this project, Kevin Grayhill, on behalf of McNeil Automotive, with us this evening, is requesting approval of a special use permit with 4 associated variances and final development plan. The ordinance approves the request. The Plan Commission has reviewed and recommends approval. Questions? It's common about this. It's got a lot of discussion in the Plan Commission. A couple of people voted no on this development. I talked to both of them as to why, and I understand their reasoning. It was not properly explained. There's a retention pond that's owned by U-Haul, the adjacent neighbor, and the pond is basically, I don't know, a square, round, whatever, but it's in a kind of an awkward spot. It made it very difficult for Mr. McNeil to develop the property he had. He tried, and I worked with him and talked to the U-Haul corporate in New Mexico or Arizona, whatever it was, out west. He wanted to buy the pond, let U-Haul continue to use the pond, take over exclusive maintenance of the pond. I was stunned that U-Haul says we don't like to sell our property. I said, it's a retention pond. It's a liability problem, it's a maintenance problem. He wants to buy it, reshape it to make his property more accessible, more usable. And actually, the guy that I was talking to used to be at the U-Haul facility here in Bolingbrook. But he said corporate just doesn't like to sell. So Mr. McNeil had to rearrange his property, which made the access, ingress, and egress a little more difficult. And some of the bank commissioners had difficulty with it because it's on the frontage road. But it did pass, and after explaining to the 2 people that had concerns about it, they understood that it was the pond that was a problem, and U-Haul wouldn't cooperate. So, questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Company and ordinance.
Happy New Year, Kevin. Next ordinance, approving a special use permit for a planned development, Stars Cutlery. Cutlery, is it pronounced Cutlery? Cutlery?
Cutlery.
Cutlery? 299 now, South Schmidt. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Lawler, seconded trustee Zarate. Rodney Jackson with us this evening, led us the pledge of the flag a while ago. Doing business as Stars Cutlery, would like to open a barber shop at 299 South Schmidt Road, which is the northwest corner of Schmidt and Lily Cash. The Strip Retail Center, Zone B2, Community Retail. Non-sales tax generating businesses are required to obtain a special use permit to locate in the commercially zoned districts. This ordinance approves a special use permit. The Planning Commission has reviewed and recommends approval. Again, because retail is changing across America, we have empty storefronts. And by the way, I drove Roosevelt Road from 53 over to Route 83. It was a pretty long ride, but I had an occasion to go that way. I was stunned at the amount of vacant retail. I mean, entire retail shopping centers were empty. Entire centers, 10, 12 storefronts. There were several car dealerships empty, parking lots everywhere. And I don't necessarily see that coming back. Now, we're actually doing very well in Bolingbrook, and that'll be reported next week to the State of the Village. But like our mall is 94% occupied. That's 3% better than the industry average. Yeah, they got a couple empty storefronts. They always will. Nothing is ever full. People come and go in business, in homes, and in distribution buildings. But our percentages are excellent compared to others. So, what my point in that whole story was that people are, barber shops, chiropractors, dentists, insurance agents, and others are moving from traditional office buildings into strip malls. It works. That property tax is the same. We don't get the sales tax, but that's not going to change so much. And our ordinance requires it be sales tax generated without special use, and that's what this grants tonight. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
It was pointed out to me I forgot to accept the planning commission report that accompanied the ordinance we approved for WeatherTech. So it's kind of a housekeeping thing, but we do have to formally accept it. Planning commission report, special use permit for a plan development with variances, final development plan, McNeil Automotive Products, 280 West North Frontage Road, Kevin Grayhill, WeatherTech applicant. Is there a motion to accept the planning commission report?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Zarate. Again, this planning commission report is the result of a planning commission. We take that and turn it into ordinance form, which we approved moments ago. But we do need to approve this and place it on file. Questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Except the planning commission report does not require a roll call vote. Voice vote's fine. So, I miss anything else? Next, we have an ordinance approving, we got that, we did that one. Ordinance authorizing the purchase of Kings Road right-of-way from the Bronk Family Trust, subject to attorney approval. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Hoagland, second trustee Morales. Two pieces of right-of-way were needed to enable the constructed King Road North Rodeo Drive, Master Boulevard. That property is north of the golf club along King Road, which eventually be extended all the way to Hastert. We need two small pieces of right-of-way from the Bronk Family Trust. Purchase price is $10,000 with an agreement to pay the seller's attorney's fees an amount not to exceed $2,500. This right-of-way is needed to install the stormwater culvert underneath the proposed right-of-way. The purchase contract has not been signed by the seller, so the ordinance is being requested to be passed subject to attorney approval. Very disappointed that we have to pay for this, but that's the reality to get the property. We'll-
Yes, litigation would have been far more expensive to
Yeah,
condemn.
condemnation would have cost, and could have dragged on for years, and, I mean, it's just to put a culvert underneath it, but it is what it is. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes. Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Next, an ordinance approving amending Chapter 13 of municipal code, decreasing Class C beer and wine from 10 to 9, Class C2 beer and wine from 4 to 3, Covo Creek Street Food, 1246 West Mountain. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. Every year in December, we request people that have liquor license to renew those licenses. Covo's indicated that they would like to get out of the liquor business and not sell beer and wine. So this motion, in Bolingbrook, we take the license away from somebody when they quit selling beer and wine, so it does not become a commodity as it does in some parts of the country, where you get a piece of property, it's got a liquor license, you can sell the property with the liquor license, which greatly enhances the value. Here, we take it away when they're no longer using it. So that's what this motion does, reduces the number of licenses. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. On the last ordinance, amending Chapter 13 of the municipal code, increasing Class D2 liquor license from 15 to 16, and increasing D1 from 20 to 21, Beggar's Pizza, formerly the Brammore's Restaurant, 300 Veterans Parkway. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Watts. Beggar's Pizza has purchased the former Brammore's Restaurant building at 300 Veterans Parkway. They plan to open in mid-January. They have requested a D2 full-service and D1 outdoor seating liquor license. This ordinance increased the number of D2 from 15 to 16 and D1 from 20 to 21 to accommodate the request. Coincidentally and nicely, I had the opportunity today to tour Beggar's Pizza and have a chance to go in and look around. I got a complete tour, kitchen, back room, offices, you name it. They haven't changed it much, frankly. The restaurant part looks identical. They've replaced the cushions on the chairs, but they said the quality of construction, and a compliment to staff, the quality of construction of that building was superb. They'd never seen as-built drawings as accurate as they were for this. And those are the kind of things our staff requires. It's sometimes a nuisance to builders and developers, but our staff does a great job of inspections. And he said they had never seen that quality of construction in the building before, so it made it really easy in some respects to do it. Quality of furniture was so great, it said there was no sense throwing out thousands of dollars worth of furniture that's very good, so they just changed the cushions, the material. They've added some flat screen TVs because it's no longer the kind of restaurant Brammore's was, the flat screen TVs in that restaurant area, the fireplace and so forth. The private room remain the same. They're gonna put enclosures so that private room can be closed off with doors or private parties, whatever. The lounge area, the bar, if you will, is identical. Again, made some cosmetic changes, but the basically structure is the same. And he promised me before the State of the Village next week, he would give me an exact day of their opening. And it'll be between the 22nd of January and around the Super Bowl. But he hasn't nailed it down just yet. But he said he would give it to me so I can announce it a week from Thursday. He's not doing that intentionally, he's just waiting for the health department to come in this week. And those of you that deal with the health department, they can, that's why you don't deal with them anymore, do you? Anyway, they can be difficult, so hopefully those things are all been resolved and they'll be open in a timely manner. Do I do a roll call?
Not yet.
Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Questions from the audience? Tom, you got any questions? Trustee, well, first of all, we haven't had a meeting, have we, since the unfortunate passing of Ed Rosenthal?
Oh, no.
Ed Rosenthal's picture is up on that wall back there, served as mayor here from 1981 to 85. Died a couple weeks ago. Ed and I were kind of political opposites, but we became very good friends, and he actually is a neighbor. His property backs up to my property. He had a number of issues over the last couple of years and passed away. Some of us were able to go up and attend the funeral. His widow, Hillary, is a longtime library board member and former educator, as Ed was a former educator. And it's sad to see him pass along. Like I said, we had a great deal of respect for each other. We had our political issues on occasion, but it was never the hate that you see today. It was strictly, we're going this way, no, we want to go this way. And, but we had, a great deal of respect for each other's opinion, and I'm gonna miss Ed. He was, a bit of a character, very well loved by school. His kids loved him. He was a girls golf coach. He had several great girls golf teams. He taught at Joliet Catholic for years and then moved up to one of the Nequa Valley. He retired from there probably 5 or 6 years ago. So, condolences to the Rosenthal family, and sorry to report that.
And the Dover.
Oh, yeah, many of us were there today. Former employee here, Director of IT, Greg Dover. Started his own consulting business, Gadd and Associates, after he left the village. So we use him on a consultant basis, he and his firm and several of his employees. On New Year's Day, just this last Sunday, he got a phone call that his 29-year-old son, Greg Dover Jr., was killed in an auto accident. I can't fathom dealing with that kind of phone call. Anyway, the service for today, if you know the Dover family, Greg and Fran, great people, think about them. They're hurting right now. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. Rec Soccer Spring 2018 registration is now open. First game is April 7th. Early bird ends January 31st. Bolingbrook residents will pay $90, non-residents $105. Please visit them at www.bolingbrookssoccerclub.org. That's all I have, and I would like to also extend my sincere, it's hard. I'm so sorry to hear about Greg and Fran's son. Wonderful family. They're always around helping people, and I myself, I couldn't imagine a phone call like that, but on behalf of all the trustees, we send our condolences to them, and they're in our prayers. Thank you.
I also want to offer condolences to the Rosenthal family. As Roger said, Ed was always a lot of fun to talk to, and great personality, and several good conversations over the years, and a great family. I got to watch the Dover family, the children grow up, and so it's I consider the Dover family friends of our family. Some of my kids went to school with their kids, and so just a public offer of condolence. We spoke earlier this evening to Greg and Fran, but they are to be, please keep them in your prayers. They are to, you can't think of a better set of parents who have done a great job to raise their kids to exemplify what every parent wants their children to be. And so Greg Jr. will be missed, and keep them in our prayers. On to some village activities that you can help out with. There are a lot of people who helped out with Operation Christmas, and after the holidays are over and they've taken care of needy families in Bolingbrook, they have a garage sale to seed money for the upcoming year. And so there are some items that were left over that were not picked up by the families as part of the holidays. And Friday the 19th and Saturday the 20th, from 9 a.m. on Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. behind Village Hall, the Performing Arts Center, the stage area, is where they've got plenty of different items available. And if you can come in and help out, also pick out, I got a great chair last year, a wooden chair, antique, that I took home for the grandkids, and they still fight over it as to who's going to sit in the chair. So great items to come in, and you're helping out a great cause for needy families in Bolingbrook. Roger mentioned the State of the Village address. You should contact the Chamber of Commerce, 630-226-8420, to if they have any tickets available. It'll be at the Bolingbrook Golf Club Thursday the 18th, 11 a.m. Registration opens. It's always a great presentation and very informative. That will be recorded by Bolingbrook Community Television volunteers and replayed on Channel 6. But it's great to see in person. And then lastly, regarding the stage, February 2nd to 4th, the Broadway After School, which is in conjunction with Theater on the Hill, they're going to have a performance of Mary Poppins Jr. So you can get Performing Arts Center tickets will be available at the door. And performances are Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m., Sunday at 3 p.m., February 2nd to the 4th. That's it.
All right. I, too, would like to offer my sincere condolences to the Rosenthal and the Dover family. I have 2 announcements and 1 update, starting with T-ball registration. It's also coach pitch. Will take place at the Bolingbrook Recreation and Aquatic Center at 200 Lindsay Lane in Bolingbrook. Registration dates are as follows: February 3rd, February 7th, February 10th, February 24th, and the 28th. For additional information, you can go to www.bbtball.com. Second announcement, we have the Black History Month Awareness Club. It's the annual Black History Month event. This is the 20th annual community-wide celebration. It takes place on Saturday, February 10th from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Bolingbrook High School Auditorium, 365 Raider Way. For additional information, you can go to bolingbrookblackhistory.com or call 630-783-8292. And lastly, just wanted to give an update. Bolingbrook STEM is alive and well. We had a great, awesome 4-day winter break camp. 75 students took place and attended. I came away very impressed with our students, first and foremost, very much well behaved. They grasped the lesson plan very well, and they really seemed to enjoy themselves. We've received a lot of positive feedback, and we've already begun planning for the spring and summer camps as well. Thank you.
So, before you get, I meant to say this earlier and forgot, Sheldon Watts and the entire committee for STEM did an outstanding job. First time out of the box, had 75 students, all the way from, what, a 4-year-old to high school age people.
4 to 18.
Did an outstanding job. It was held at the community center, a lot of volunteers, and I congratulate you and the entire committee, and you can name them if you like. I don't have the list in front of me, but this is an idea that Sheldon came up with months ago, and pursued it, put a committee together, and it was fun to watch. I was telling somebody there, being an older person, growing up, I remember a show called Watch Mr. Wizard. That was a regular show that everybody watched. And they did all kinds of things with science, and it was kind of amazing to watch. Basically, a lot of the things they were doing. I mean, they constructed robots, they coded them, and told them how to interact over here. And we're talking, again, young children, and they were sparring on this mat with the robots, and it was really very impressive. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I too would like to extend my condolences to the Rosenthal family and to the Dover family. I have, why rent? You can own your own home. DuPage Township and Inland Home Mortgage are having an informative and interactive workshop where you'll learn how to purchase in 2018 by setting a monthly budget. You'll learn what your credit score is, and you'll learn about the many homebuyer assistance programs that may help you purchase a home by providing a down payment and closing cost assistance. You'll learn how to create a realistic plan to purchase a new home in 2018. It will be held on Thursday, February 1st from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Levy Center at 251 Canterbury Lane in Bolingbrook. Light appetizers will be served. You can RSVP by calling 630-759-1317. I would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. 2018. So everyone comes out of the gate with resolutions and goals that they want to meet. Well, here's your chance. Amita Health Bolingbrook is having a St. Patty's Half Marathon on March 18th. And they are offering, starting January 27th, some training for this marathon. So if this is your first time or if you're an avid runner, you still might want to take advantage of these training programs. You can call Mike Carpazano at 708-699-4326. Again, that's Mike Carpazano at 708-699-4326. And the St. Patty's Half Marathon, again, will be held Sunday, March 18th. It will be at the DuPage River Trail near Wayland Lake. Also, Mayor, looking forward to the State of the Village every year. There's always something new and exciting, something that's happened or something that's coming, so looking forward to that. I'm sure you won't let us down. And also, my thoughts do go out to the Rothschild family and also the Dover family. Thank you.
My condolences to Greg and Fran Dover. I work with that family both through the chamber and through other means, and they're a great family, and also to the Ed Rosenthal family. I would like to also congratulate the Bolingbrook Fire Department and their personnel. They won the Edwards Hospital Run of the Quarter Award, and this was announced in the patch about a week or so ago. They helped a 52-year-old woman who was in cardiac arrest, and apparently because of their treatment prior to getting her to the hospital, that helped save her life. And out of all the runs during that quarter, they honored our fire department for doing a great job. So congratulations to them. The only other thing I would like to bring up, I did ask to have an item put on the agenda, and it was not done. So I know last week, or last December, or in December, we voted to reduce our levy by 7%. Part of that reason for that reduction was because we're changing what's going on with our garbage pickup and how it's going to be handled. And I think it's important that we start letting our residents know the changes that are going to be made, because it's going to be a financial burden on them above and beyond their normal budget. And so the sooner we start promoting this and letting people know what it's going to cost them, it will help them plan and budget accordingly. And I'm sure there's a lot of ins and outs and things that we got to learn about what's going on with this. But the sooner we start, the better. So I'd like to get that on the agenda for next time.
If it's ready, we will. Any other comments? We have no executive session. Is there a motion to adjourn in order?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We stand adjourned.